Hello to all. So, many of you, like me, love thrift stores, and I go for many different reasons, but of course I always have to scour the book section of thrift stores. So just going to show you a couple new books that I picked up recently. Won't be reading them anytime soon, I don't think, because I just have a list a mile long of the books I'm going to read. One day I'll just have to show you that stack. I mean, I want to know if you guys have a stack of books. First one I found actually looks brand new, and of course I recognized the name right away, Linda Bloodworth Tomlinson. I thought, okay, well let me check this one out. Liberating Paris, One Town, Six Friends, and the Year That Changed Them Forever. First of all, anything with the word Paris in it gets my attention. Don't even know if it has anything to do with Paris, but I'm going to pick it up just in case it does. Because one day, this book sniffer will go to Paris. Oh, and check out all the wonderful bookstores that I have heard that are there one day. One day. Anyway, so this is about an impending wedding that led to the free drifted Duff, now an IHOP waitress. If you don't know what IHOP is, it is the International House of Pancakes. And actually, way back when I was a kid, they actually called it the International House of Pancakes. So when I first saw a IHOP as a grown-up, I'm like, what the heck is IHOP? And I'd also actually been a couple of times before it really clicked or even saw anything that said International House of Pancakes. Anyway, that's your pancake history lesson for today. Waitress to return to the town and the man that she left behind for the first time in 20 years. As Woods and Duff's reckless behavior progresses, they are forced to question whether their rediscovered passion is worth shattering their children's future and Malin's faith in her husband and abandoning the friendships and values that they have clung to since childhood. So, I'm not really sure that if this is really going to be a book that I will enjoy. I'm not really into love stories, but we'll see. We'll see. So as soon as I saw who the book was by, I'm like, oh, well, she did Designing Women. You know, the TV series Designing Women. So it got my curiosity up. Okay. Dietland. You know, it's the beginning of the year, and everybody has, not everybody, many people have the word diet on their mind, and it is definitely in their vocabulary right now. So Dietland, a call to arms, devious and delightful. Ooh, okay. It's actually been a little while since I picked these books up, so yeah, I can't really remember what they were about. Plum Kettle does her best not to be noticed because when you're fat, to be noticed is to be judged or mocked or worse. With her job answering fan mail for a popular teen girls magazine, she's biding her time into her weight loss surgery. Only then can her true life as a thin person fully begin. Okay, that's got my curiosity up because, I mean, obviously this is probably going to be a very comical book. But just by reading that first paragraph, that description, I mean, how many people does that hit home with? How many people out there going, well, I have no kind of life. I have to lose a whole bunch of weight before I have a real life. And a lot of people actually think like that. Like, you know, my life's really not going to start until I can get thinner. And that's like a real issue today in society. So I don't even think I read the rest of this. I grabbed it from that. But let's see what else it says. But when Plum notices she's being followed by a mysterious woman in colorful tights and combat boots, she finds herself falling down a rabbit hole I love Alice in Wonderland references. Into the world of Calliope House, a community of women who live life on their own terms. Reluctant but intrigued, Plum agrees to a series of challenges that force her to deal with the real cost of becoming beautiful. Okay, that's interesting too, because there's always cost at something like something as big as losing a lot of weight, there are going to be obviously some pros, but there's going to be a cost to that too. At the same time, a dangerous group begins to terrorize a world that mistreats women, and as Plum grapples with her personal struggles, she becomes entangled in a sinister plot, and the consequences are explosive. Okay, this is where you don't judge a book by its cover, because I thought just by this cover that it was going to be just this hilarious little tale, but now there doesn't seem to be much humor in this at all. Part coming-of-age story, part revenge fantasy, Dietland is bold, original, and funny debut novel that takes on the beauty industry. Ooh, gender equality and our weight loss obsession from the inside out with fists flying. Oh my. The diet revolution is here and it's armed. Okay. This is very interesting. This seems interesting because I would like to know like how much she touches in really our weight obsessed society that we live in, because it's like one extreme to another. You know, if you are overweight, then you're lazy. And of course that's not the case, but that a lot of times that's what society does. Oh, you're overweight, well, you're lazy. Or you're so thin, all you care about is yourself, your self-image. And that's not necessarily true either. There's a lot of thin people out there that they treat their body as a vehicle. This food is basically a fuel. They want to stay healthy. They want to stay, alive for a long time. Now, granted, you don't have to be skinny to be healthy. That's totally not the point. But just the image that sometimes those very thin people get is you just care about appearances and that's it. And again, not always the case. So I am definitely going to read this and get back to y'all. And who knows, you know what? Let me know. I may do like, as I go along, like a progress report to you guys, like what's going on with this book. Yeah, and we can talk about it. Oh yeah. I like it when the ideas stir in the head. Really liking that. Okay, next book. Misty Old Bones. So, this is a Southern book. I remember this. I like Southern books. I like it when the authors actually write like Southern people talk. And obviously you can tell I live in the South because I have that Southern accent. Now, I don't have the Southern twang, but I have the Southern accent. So, Jane and Phoebe are as different as two best friends can be. Phoebe has never seen any reason to leave her small southern hometown, while Jane, the urban widow of a career military officer, has traveled all over, only recently putting down roots in Alabama. No one sleeps through the thunderstorm that knocks down a tree on Jane's property and uncovers a pile of skeleton remains buried underneath. Well, I probably didn't have to go any further than that because that's like a mystery. So that's what got me intrigued in this book. When was this book written? Let's see. Copyright 2008. So I want to know if anybody's read this book. I want to know if anybody has read this author and what their thoughts. Oh, it's a thistle and a twig mystery. Never heard of that series. So you tell me a little bit about this book, what you thought about it, because of course I'm not going to read it right away because I have other ones. Plus I now have Dietland on the top of the list. Yeah. All right. So those are 3 of my newer books right now. And so many books and so little time. Anyway, definitely check back with me on the whole Dietland book because we could probably have some pretty good discussions on how society looks at weight nowadays. And to the next page.